got 2 Angus ribeyes. They're Choice Select ribeyes. Choice Select ribeyes. They're Angus from Walmart here. And I put some Suckle Busters 1836 rub on them. I've got the grill sitting about 400 on the Akorn char griller. And it's going to be pretty quick. I know they're kind of thick, but I've let them rest and come up to room temperature. But so ready to get these on.
Hey y'all, welcome back to another What's for Dinner. I have a few Dean dinners for you guys. Luke and I both cooked this week, so I hope you all enjoy this video, and let's go ahead and get started.
Did you put it?
Yeah. After when we get done eating this, we can eat the cake.
Okie dokie, so with the steaks, we are going to be having some broccoli. I just took and steamed this in the bag. I'm going to open it up, toss it in some butter, some garlic, salt, pepper. And then we're going to have some of our favorite cauliflower mac and cheese. I'm going to do 2 boxes, so I have some for leftover to take to work one night or one day. And then Luke has some to take to work one night. And then I'm going to take and cook some sweet carrots. I just take and drain this can, put it in there, add in some butter and some brown sugar, and they are so good. So that is what we're going to be having along with our delicious steaks that Luke is out there cooking. Okay, so here is what I used to put on the broccoli. So I'm just going to toss this, make sure the butter melts. Might need to put it back in the microwave for a couple minutes, but this is all I'm adding to it. Y'all, Luke had somebody that he watched, which I know we've mentioned it in a different video, but they started using, or they get this stuff, and y'all, it is so good. I used it on the casserole, the chicken for the casserole last week, and I'm adding it to some broccoli. It's good on everything. We used it on the fish. So freaking delicious. So here's what the steaks look like. We're just letting them rest as we are getting everything else ready, making a pitcher of tea. The water is almost ready to put in the macaroni, and then we have got our carrots there, nice and yummy. So for the carrots, I just did some butter and then some brown sugar. I keep my brown sugar in here, and then I did put a little squeeze of this light corn syrup. It just makes it nice and syrupy, so that's why I like to add that. But that is everything. So freaking delicious. And here is my plate, y'all. This dinner was so good. The steak was delicious. Actually, when we first got together, I only would eat well-done steak. And slowly over the years, he has changed me in, how I eat steak. And it is just the way he cooks it. It's so delicious. And so I love it now. So, if you have any other questions about how he made the steak, please leave them in the comments down below, and we will try to answer them, or we will be in more detail later on the next, when we do another steak. So y'all just let us know. So for dinner tonight, I'm going to make some honey and garlic sticky chicken with some white rice, and then we've got leftover broccoli from last night. So I'll heat that back up and we will have broccoli with it. So for the rice, I'm just going to do it in the Instant Pot. So it is equal parts rice to water. You're gonna pressure cook for 3 minutes, natural release for 10 minutes. So I'm just using long grain. You can use jasmine or whatever you want. I'm gonna do like a cup. I normally don't eat that much rice. So, and I know this makes a lot. So let me go get a little water. Mix it, make sure all the rice down in there pretty evenly. And then we're going to, it's been a few weeks since I've cooked in this thing. Okay, so it is set to sealing. And then I'm just going to pressure cook for 3. Pressure cook for 3, and then I'll let it do a natural release for 10. And it should be good to go. Okay, so for the chicken, I'm just going to melt down a couple tablespoons of butter, get that heated up, and then over here, I've got, it's like 1.5 pounds of chicken breast. I've just cut it up into nice small chunks. I seasoned it with this Suckle Busters SPG. Y'all know we have really been talking about this a lot and I'm raving over it. It is so good. I already told Luke to go ahead and order some more because it's amazing. It's definitely, this one is definitely my new favorite for even inside the house. So y'all need to try this. So good. So I have just seasoned it with that, and I've just let it been sitting here. So then I'm gonna put this in. We will cook it up, and then I will add in my sauce. I have got some minced garlic, some cornstarch, some brown sugar, some honey, and then I have some soy sauce. So we're kind of just gonna play around with those ingredients and see what we can come up with. I may not add all of them. I just have all of them sitting out here just in case. And we will play around with it and see what we come up with. Okay, so I have turned it down to 2 on my stove. So I think it's like, you know, just a low, between medium and low. So the chicken is all cooked. There is some liquid still in there. That is fine, because you're going to be making a sauce anyways. And so you need 1/4 of a cup of chicken broth or water and bouillon is what I did. So you're going to add that in there. Okay, and then you need 5 cloves of garlic. Of course, if you don't like garlic that well, then you don't have to add as much. But, I mean, this is honey garlic chicken. So, and for the minced in the jar, it is 1 teaspoon equals 1 clove. So I just did 5 teaspoons in that, which we love garlic, so we're not scared over here. Okay. Then it calls for 2 tablespoons of any kind of vinegar you have. All I have is just the distilled vinegar, so that's fine. But you can use rice vinegar. Woo, stinks. Any kind you want. But y'all know I always keep that on regular vinegar on hand because I use it in my laundry. So I always have it. So put that in there. Then we're going to add in our 1/3 cup of honey. Delicious. And I just sprayed my measuring cup. That really helps with it not sticking. And it just comes right out. Excuse me. I had to sneeze. There's a little bit left in here. I sprayed it. I didn't spray it well enough. That's all right. Okay. So we got that in there. And then we need 1 tablespoon of soy sauce. I actually need to go get some more. We're almost out. That's going to give you that nice, rich color to the sauce, and then bring in some really good flavor. Smells so good. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to bring it to, well, it's already boiling, so I'm going to let it bring it to a boil, a really good boil, and then I'll just turn it down and let it simmer, and it will start getting thick and be a delicious sauce. So that's going. We're about to open up the pressure cooker to check the rice, but dinner is pretty much done. Just have to put the broccoli back in the microwave to heat it up. But that's it, y'all. That is it. Nice and fluffy. It didn't stick to the bottom. Yay. Okay. Let's give it a taste just to make sure it's done. Yep. Perfect. Nice and delicious. So it's gonna be a few minutes. So I'm going to add a little bit more water to it just to help it steam. Keep steaming so it doesn't dry out on us. And then I'm going to put the lid back on the right way. And then just keep it in there and it's good to go until we're ready to eat. So the sauce was not to the thickness I liked, so I just added in a cornstarch slurry, which is just equal parts cornstarch to water, and then just add that in, let it boil, and it will make it nice and thick. So here's my plate, y'all. This was so good, so good. And am I the only one that likes duck sauce? I feel like I am. I don't ever see anybody share it or anything, but I love duck sauce on just plain white rice. Okay, y'all, so for tonight, I'm going to be making Shauna's Shauna's Cajun pasta. She showed it on a recent What's for Dinner. I'll have that video and her channel linked in the description box below so y'all can see the full recipe. I'm not going to show the full recipe, of course, because it's not my recipe. She shared it on her channel, so y'all can go over there to see it. But here are some of the ingredients. Pasta, of course. Heavy cream. It calls for like 2 cups of chicken broth, but I just do the powder and water. A jar of roasted bell peppers. She did leave hers whole. She just put like the whole jar in. But for my taste preference, texture issues, I'm gonna put them in here and just chop them smaller where they're not that noticeable for me. And then I got some spreadable cream cheese, some Parmesan cheese. She had the real fancy kind, and I just bought this. This was like $2.08 at Walmart, and they didn't have like the bag of Parmesan, so we just picked this up, which technically it was only a couple cents more, so it's not a huge deal. So I've got a little bit left of this Cajun seasoning. This is really good if you've never used it before. The Kingsford. I tried to find a new one at Walmart and they were sold out. They had like the other flavors. They have the other seasonings with this brand, but they didn't have the Cajun. So if I need more, I'll just add some of this Tony's. And then she used like sausage links, smoked sausage, or kielbasa or whatever. I can't remember exactly which one she used, but Luke is not a huge fan of that in like pasta dishes, and so he asked to do shrimp. So I've got some shrimp. I'm just gonna take the tails off, and then so we'll have those. And then I'm just gonna use this chicken fajita seasoning for myself because I'm not a fan of shrimp like this. The only kind of shrimp I like is like the little bitty popcorn shrimp. Once again, it's just another texture issue. I just can't get through the texture of shrimp. So what I'm trying to say is you can use her recipe, just add in whatever protein you want. If it was up to me, I would use the sausage. You know, that was her original recipe and it looked really good. But I'm not going to open up a whole thing of sausage, you know, and I want Luke to enjoy this as well. So we're just going to do shrimp and then the Cajun, or I cannot talk today, y'all. The chicken fajita, this is already cooked, so all I'm gonna do is just kind of like put it in, which these don't take long to cook at all. And so I'm just gonna like cook them at the beginning and then take them out and do the pasta dish itself. Hers was a 1 pot because she, you know, cooked the sausage, left it in there and let it cook in her Dutch oven on the stove. But since we're not doing the sausage, I don't want these to get rubbery and overcooked. And then this is already cooked, so it doesn't really need anything, you know, it doesn't need to cook for however long it takes to cook the pasta. So anyways, I'm going to quit rambling. I'm going to get all this together. And like I said, I will have her link to that video down below so y'all can see the full recipe that she made. So let's get cooking. Okay, so to go along with the Cajun pasta, I'm going to fix us some garlic bread. You're probably thinking, why in the world do you have so many? So what I like to do, I don't buy Texas toast often. It's just not something that we really use a lot. So what I like to do is if I do buy it, I'll go ahead and just do like all of it, especially if I'm buying it for garlic toast. So I'll just take the whole loaf and do the butter and I'm going to use the complete seasoning because it pretty much has everything in it. But you could just do, you know, garlic powder. So I like doing them all. And then what I do is I just take and stick this pan in the freezer where they will freeze, you know, individually. And then once they are frozen, get them out and then you can, you know, stack them and, you know, freeze them all in a Ziploc baggie, however many you need. So I normally freeze like 6 together because with Winston, you know, we're good on eating 2 pieces a piece, as that terrible as that sounds. You know, adding a bunch of bread into a meal, but I love doing these on Texas toast. It is just so good. So I've got this pan that I will put in the freezer, and then there's like 3 more pieces in there, so I'll do those as well. But I will take off the ones that we are going to eat for tonight, and go ahead and just put them in the oven. But if you have never done this, it helps out a lot, and it's a lot cheaper to buy a loaf of Texas toast and be able to have multiple meals out of it instead of buying like the boxed garlic bread. You're pretty much, you're getting the same thing, nice thick bread with, all the toppings on top that comes in the frozen boxes, but you only get 8 pieces, and it's like a couple bucks. So this was like $1 something, and I already had the butter here. I normally have garlic powder, and I've got the complete seasoning, so I just put that on there. And then, so I normally do 6, so this will do 2 meals, plus there's 3 pieces. So, it's going to do a couple meals for us. Even if I don't do 6 like 6 total, this, if I just did 4, then that would be 4 meals plus the 3, or 3 meals plus the 3 extra that's in the bag still. So, I mean, it is so much cheaper. You can get several meals of garlic toast out of 1 loaf of Texas toast. So, if you haven't done that yet, give it a try. It is a really cheap, inexpensive way to do some really delicious Texas toast. Okay, y'all, so here is the final product. Oh my gosh, it looks so good. It smells amazing. I already tasted it. It tastes so, it's just so good. Creaminess, I love it. Love, love, love it. And I have to say, with adding in the cream cheese spread versus the regular cream cheese, it helps so much with it melting, and you don't have like little bitty clumps of cream cheese, because you'll get that unless you like let your cream cheese sit out at room temperature for a while. And so I absolutely love that I just pulled that cream cheese out of the fridge, put it in there, and it melted beautifully. So along with that, we have got some garlic toast. I just turned it over so it kind of gets a little crispy, but it's not in the oven. So this is dinner. It looks so good. Thank you so much, Shauna, for this recipe idea. And then don't forget, I will have that video in her channel linked in the description box below, so y'all can go over and check out her original recipe. Okay, so for dinner tonight, Luke is making a smash burgers with bacon. And then I just ran by Kroger and picked up some mozzarella sticks. And then I found these corn fritters. We've never tried these from Kroger, so I'm really hoping that they're really good, because we really like corn fritters. They were like $7 something a box. Yeah, there's 33 mozzarella sticks, and this was a better value, of course, than buying the farm whatever brand. So we'll see how they are, and we'll let you know on both, if you haven't tried both, what we think of both. And then he is out here getting the grill, or the BlackStone, heated up. What?
I thought you said flat stone.
BlackStone.
I mean, I haven't grilled on it in a few days, but it's not no flat stone.
And we've just got those. We just did the whole package. The thing is, what, 2 pounds? That you did that one thing I had in the thawed out. So we'll have some for leftovers for both of us to take to work. And then we looked up and found this bacon. We've had it before. It's like a hit or miss, I feel like.
Sometimes it's a little salty.
Yeah. But I went ahead and got 2 packs because it was $3.49, and that's a really good deal around here right now since all of the meat shortage is going on. So I got those. What you got them seasoned with? Our favorite.
Suckle Busters SPG.
Ooh, ooh. You'll have to get some of
Best
that.
money I ever spent.
Yeah. So freaking good. I'll have the link to their website in the description box.
And Suckle Busters, if you're watching, please hit us up.
For real. We need a coupon code.
Yeah. It worked out for both of us. You love it, I love it.
Yeah. Is it easier to do with that?
We'll try.
Okay, so we have got some of the mozzarella sticks for everybody. We've got burgers, bacon, plus extra burgers. And then we've got some corn fritters. I can already tell you they're not like Chinese style. Like in Glasgow, our hometown, there was a really good Chinese restaurant called Evergreen, and they had the best corn fritters. I could eat my weight in corn fritters. These are more bready on the inside instead of like more corny. Get what I'm saying? Like, I don't know how to explain it. These are a lot more bready than like the ones we're used to. They still taste really good. So I mean, we're gonna eat them. I would buy them again. And then I made this sweet heat dipping sauce for them. This is really good as well. I would probably eat this on a lot of stuff. I'll split the screen and put the measurements of what I found online, and I'll put those on there for you. But this is really good, and we've added more hot sauce to it because we just didn't think there was any heat at all. And honestly, I could add some more. But this is our dinner for, what is today? Wednesday. Well, that's it, y'all. I hope you enjoyed this What's for Dinner. I hope this gave you some meal inspiration. I hope y'all have a great coming week, and I will see y'all in the next one. Bye, guys.